you won't think that anymore. I consider myself success born out of failure. I was abandoned by my father, and my mother, well, let's just say she won't win Mother of the Year award. I had a dream when I was really young, about 11, to be a millionaire, because my father was a millionaire, and I thought if I was a millionaire, then maybe he would accept me. Well, I didn't. I went on through the ranks and worked very hard and fought really, really, really hard, and I built a $20 million empire, but I never finished the 10th grade. So, in an RV industry, which is basically built by men, and the men who conspired to keep me out. So I worked, and I worked, and I worked, and I remember showing up at my first dealer meeting. I was 24 years old, and the good old boys were sitting around drinking scotch, smoking cigars, and saying, I was in my ponytail and my little shorts and my high heels, and all these men standing around, and they said, little girl, you need to go home and bake cookies. You don't belong here. So we had a dealer meeting the next 3 months, and they changed the meeting, they changed the date, but they forgot to give me the memo. So I decided to do my own thing and compete with them in my own way. So there was about 20 dealers up and down the street, and I decided to stay open and work 9 to 9, 7 days a week. One by one, they started folding and folding and folding and folding. And fast forward, 32 years later, I'm the only one standing. But that didn't come so easy. So those cookies turned into, but that didn't come without failures. I failed thousands of times, thousands. And I want to say failure is just a stepping stone to success. I don't measure success by what you have today or what's in the bank or any of that. Do you know what success, what failures and what success is? Success is when you fail, because you will fall and fall and fall and fail and fail and fail. It's how quick you can get up and go again. That's success. And that has happened to me, I don't know how many times. But back when I was in my 20s, early 20s, earlier than that, I bought an apartment building, an investment building down on South Beach. And I was doing the walkthrough in the building, and I saw a homeless man sleeping in the basement. I felt sorry for him. So I made a deal with him in exchange, because I didn't even have any money to buy paint to put on the building. So we made a deal, painting in exchange for an apartment. I gave him an apartment to live in. Well, he went crazy, and he attacked me and stabbed me 21 times and left me for dead. So I remember waking up in the emergency room, and the surgeon was sewing my left fingers on. And he sits next to me on the hospital bed, and he says, Gigi, I don't know if I can save your left arm. And he's like, I'm really sorry. I don't think I can save it. And I looked at him, I said, my left arm, who cares, I'm alive. Are you kidding? I mean, you have to take things into perspective. So everything that's ever happened to me, every day above ground is a great day. That's how I look at life now. Because I was supposed to be dead. And that wasn't my first time. I think I've been stabbed, I've been roofied, I've been raped, I can go on and on and on and on and on. So many things have happened to me. And even with my $20 million empire that I built, my competitor called me one day in 2008, because I was booming, business was booming, and he wanted to buy my company. And I said, no thank you. I wasn't for sale. We were on fire, on top of the world. Well, about 2 months later, he conspired to take it anyway. So he had my franchise pulled, he had everything pulled. I looked out the window one day, and there were 11 sheriffs and 11 tow trucks, and they took everything I have. Everything from every single one of my properties, every RV, every dollar, every tool, every part, everything I own. And I was like, okay. And left me $11.5 million in debt. That was 10 years ago. So, without the use of bankruptcy, I'm getting it all back. I'm almost back on top. And it was just a squeak over. That's funny though, because I was $11.5 million in debt, and now I tell people, I'm like a squeak over $1 million in debt now. People look at me oh my God, you owe $1 million? Like, oh my God. And one of them was like, I just paid off over $10 million in a bad economy without bankruptcy. Are you kidding? You know. Anyway, I always said, you know, to my competitors now who are nipping at my feet and my ankles, I said, you know, look out because I'm gaining speed and I'm nearly back and I will be back on top, bigger, better, and stronger. Woo! If any of you want to know how I did it, how I came back, actually I never left, people just didn't get the memo. I never really left. But any of you want to know how to be unstoppable or how I did it, come sign up. I do coaching, read my book. You definitely will never, ever, ever say you had a bad day after you read my book. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you. You know, I met her about 10 years ago, and I was doing her first party, and she gives a great